Let me ask you something. Who is in control of your life right now? Is it you, or is it your fears, your past, your excuses, or maybe even other people's opinions? Because let me tell you something. If you don't control your life, something else will. Most people are walking around like passengers in their own lives. They let life happen to them instead of making life happen for them. They react instead of create. They drift instead of decide. And then they wonder why they feel stuck, why they feel unfulfilled, why they feel like something is missing. But let me tell you what's missing. It's you. You taking back control. You stepping up and saying, "This is my life. This is my time. And I refuse to let anything or anyone dictate my future." You see, somewhere along the way, people give up control. They let their past define them. They let circumstances limit them. They let fear paralyze them. And the worst part, they start believing that's just how life is, that they have no say, that they have no power, that they just have to accept whatever comes their way. But that is a lie. You have power inside you. You have the ability to transform your life at any moment. You have the ability to rise up, make new decisions, and completely shift the direction of your future. But you have to want it. You have to decide that from this moment on. You are no longer a passenger. You are the driver. You are in control. You are taking back what is yours. So let's get real. What's controlling you right now? Is it your fear? Fear of failure? Fear of failure? Fear of judgment? Fear of the unknown? Because listen to me. Fear is nothing more than a story you tell yourself about what could happen, and most of the time it never even happens. But what does happen? You let that fear stop you. You let it keep you from chasing your dreams. You let it hold you back from becoming who you were meant to be. But not anymore. Not today. Today you take back control. Or maybe it's your past that's controlling you. Maybe you've been through some tough times. Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe you've been hurt, betrayed, knocked down. And now you're letting that past define your present. You're letting it decide what you're capable of. But let me tell you something. Your past does not equal your future. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care how many times you've failed. I don't care what anyone else has said about you. The only thing that matters is what you do next. Because the truth is, every second you spend blaming your past, every second you spend holding on to pain, is a second you are giving away your power. And you are stronger than that. You are bigger than that. The past is only there to teach you, not to define you. You take the lesson and you move forward. Maybe it's your excuses that are controlling you. You tell yourself you don't have enough time, enough money, enough experience, enough support. But let me be honest with you. Excuses are nothing more than lies. You tell yourself to stay comfortable because deep down, you know there is always a way. There is always a way to make it happen if you want it bad enough. The only question is, do you want it bad enough? Because let me tell you something, nothing changes until you change. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by choice. It gets better the moment you decide, I am in control. The moment you stop waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the right circumstances, and you start making things happen now. You want more money, more freedom, more confidence, more success? Then take control of your actions. Take control of your mindset. Take control of your habits, because your results are just a reflection of what you do every single day. You want a better life, then make better choices, period. You have to step up. You have to demand more from yourself. You have to take full responsibility for where you are and where you're going, because the moment you do that, you take your power back. The moment you stop blaming, stop making excuses, and start owning your life, everything changes. And let me tell you something, you already have everything you need inside you. You already have the strength, the intelligence, the creativity, the resilience. It's already there. The only thing missing is your decision to use it. So I want you to decide right now. Decide that you are done being controlled by fear, done being controlled by excuses, done being controlled by circumstances. From this moment on, you are in charge. You decide what your future looks like. You decide what's possible for you. And no No one gets to take that power away from you ever again, because the truth is, your life is waiting for you. Your best self, your greatest potential, your biggest achievements, they're all waiting on the other side of your decision to take control. So make that decision, step up, take back what is yours, and go after the life you were born to live. Now go make it happen. Let's get real for a second. If you look at your life right now, who's running the show? Who's making the decisions? Is it you, or is it your fears, your doubts, your past mistakes, or even the expectations of other people? Because I'll tell you this, if you aren't the one in control, something else is. And the second you give up that control, you give up your power, you give up your freedom, you give up the life you were meant to live. And that stops today. Most people go through life in reaction mode. They wake up and they're already on autopilot, responding to whatever the world throws at them. The emails, the messages, the stress, the drama. They let the outside world dictate their emotions, their choices, their results, and then they wonder why they feel stuck, why they feel frustrated, why they feel like they're just spinning their wheels, going through the motions, but never really moving forward. But here's the truth. If you don't take control of your life, someone else will. Your job will control you. Your finances will control you. Your fears will control you. And before you know it, 10 years will pass, and you'll look back wondering where it all went. But that's not going to be your story, because right now, you are making a decision to take back control, a decision to stop living by default and start living by design, a decision to step up and own your life, your choices, your results. Because the second you take full responsibility for your life, you take back your power. No more blaming the economy, no more blaming your past, no more blaming your parents, your boss, or bad luck. That's what weak people do. But you are stronger than that. You are bigger than that. And from this moment on, you will never again let anything outside of you control what happens inside of you. And let's talk about that past of yours, because some of you are still carrying it like a weight on your back. You're still letting old mistakes, old failures, old pain dictate your future. But let me tell you something. Your past does not define you. I don't care what's happened to you. I don't care who hurt you. I don't care how many times you failed. The only thing that matters is what you do next. Think about it. Every second you spend blaming your past is a second you are giving away your future. Every time you say, well, this happened to me, so now I can't, you are handing over your power. And I refuse to let you do that, because the truth is, you are not your past. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are not what happened to you. You are what you decide to become. So if you've been telling yourself that because you grew up poor, you'll never have money, stop that lie. If you've been telling yourself that because you failed before, you're doomed to fail again, stop that lie. If you've been telling yourself that because someone hurt you, you can't trust, you can't love, you can't move forward, stop that lie. Because those stories are keeping you stuck. Those stories are keeping you small, and you are done playing small. You don't build your future by looking backward. You don't create success by focusing on what went wrong. You build your future by focusing on what's possible, by deciding, right here, right now, that nothing behind you is bigger than what's ahead of you. You take the lesson, you take the strength, and you move forward. And that means no more excuses, because let's be real, excuses are the #1 killer of dreams. Excuses are what people use to stay comfortable. Excuses are what people use to justify why they aren't where they want to be. And if you've been using them, it's time to let them go. I don't have time. That's an excuse, because the truth is, if it mattered enough, you'd make the time. I don't have the money. That's an excuse, because the truth is, people have started from nothing and built everything. I don't have the support. That's an excuse, because the truth is, you don't need anyone to believe in you except you. It's too hard. That's an excuse, because the truth is, hard is what makes it worth it. You have to stop waiting for things to be easy. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for someone to come save you. That's not going to happen. The only person who's going to save you is you. The only person who can change your life is you. The only person who can take that dream, that vision, that goal, and make it real, is you. So I want you to get honest with yourself right now. What's the excuse that's been holding you back? What's the story you've been telling yourself? What's the lie you've been believing? And I want you to decide right now that you are done with that story. You are done with that excuse. You are done letting anything hold you back. Because the truth is, success is a choice. Winning is a choice. Changing your life is a choice. And that choice happens in your daily habits. The little things you do every single day. Because listen to me, you don't get what you want. You get what you demand. You get what you expect from yourself. And that expectation is built in your daily choices. The way you start your morning, that's a choice. The way you handle setbacks, that's a choice. The way you invest your time, that's a choice. The way you react to negativity, that's a choice. The way you push yourself, even when you don't feel like it, that is a choice. And if you want to change your life, you have to start making different choices. You have to start raising your standards. You have to start demanding more from yourself, because success doesn't happen in one big moment. It happens in the little things, the little disciplines, the little habits that stack up over time. You want financial freedom? Then take control of your money. Stop wasting it. Start investing it. Start learning how to make it grow. You want to be in shape? Then take control of your health. Stop making excuses. Start making moves. Start treating your body like the powerhouse that it is. You want to build a business? Then take control of your time. Stop binge watching Netflix. Stop scrolling endlessly. Start working like your future depends on it, because it does. Everything you want is on the other side of your decisions. And right now, you have the power to make a new decision. You have the power to say, I am done letting life control me. I am done playing small. I am done making excuses. From this moment forward, I take full control of my life, my future, my success. And when you do that, when you truly step up, when you truly take ownership, everything changes. Because once you stop being a passenger and start being the driver, the whole game shifts, the power shifts, the results shift, and you go from being someone who wishes for a better life to someone who makes it happen. So here's my challenge for you. Don't just listen to this and feel inspired for a few minutes. Do something. Make a decision. Take action. Change a habit. Drop an excuse. And start living like the person you know you were meant to be. Because at the end of the day, the choice is simple. You either control your life, or your life controls you. And I know which one you are going to choose. You see, the biggest difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck isn't luck, talent, or resources. It's the ability to take control and refuse to settle. The people who make things happen in this world aren't waiting for permission. They're not waiting for the right time. They're not sitting around hoping something changes. They decide. They decide who they want to be. They decide what they want to create. And then they take relentless action until it becomes their reality. And that's what you need to do right now. Decide. Decide that you are no longer available for the old version of yourself. Decide that you are no longer available for excuses, for procrastination, for living in reaction. Decide that from this moment forward, you are in control of your habits, your discipline, your energy, and your focus. Because when you take control of those things, you take control of your life. And let me tell you something. This isn't about waiting until you feel motivated. It's not about waiting until you feel ready, because motivation is a feeling, and feelings are inconsistent. If you rely on motivation, you'll only take action when it's convenient. And that's why most people never reach their goals, because they let their emotions dictate their actions, instead of letting their commitments drive them. The winners, the high achievers, the people who actually make things happen, they take action whether they feel like it or not. They wake up and do the work even when it's hard. They push themselves even when it's uncomfortable. They show up every single day because they've decided that success isn't optional. It's a standard, and that's the standard you need to set for yourself. You don't just work hard when you feel like it. You don't just give your best when it's convenient. You show up like the person you want to become every single day, because that's how transformation happens. It's not one big moment. It's the accumulation of daily choices. So let's talk about those choices. Let's talk about the moments when you don't feel like doing what you know you need to do. What do you do when you don't feel like showing up? What do you do when doubt creeps in, when fear starts whispering in your ear, when the old habits try to pull you back? Because those moments are the defining moments. Those moments separate the people who create success from the people who just talk about it. You have to train yourself to override those emotions. You have to train yourself to act in spite of fear, in spite of doubt, in spite of discomfort. And the way you do that, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop giving yourself an out. You stop allowing yourself to entertain the thought of quitting. You decide that no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on, you're going to follow through, because the second you let yourself off the hook once, it becomes easier to do it again, and before you know it, you're back in the cycle of stopping, starting, making excuses, and staying stuck. But that's not your path anymore. You are committed, you are in control, and you will do whatever it takes, because listen, your dream, your goals, your vision, they're not going to happen by accident. No one is going to hand you the life you want. No one is going to come save you. It's on you. It's on you to show up. It's on you to do the work. It's on you to stay disciplined, stay focused, and keep pushing forward, even when it feels like nothing is working. And I promise you, if you keep going, if you stay in control of your actions, your habits, your mindset, you will break through. There will be a moment when everything clicks. There will be a moment when all the effort, all the sacrifices, all the discipline pays off. And when that moment comes, you'll look back and realize that every single challenge, every single setback, every single time you wanted to quit, but didn't, that was all part of the process. That was all making you stronger. That was all preparing you for this. But you have to trust it. You have to trust that if you stay in control, if you refuse to quit, if you keep making the right choices every single day, success is inevitable. It's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop letting distractions pull you away from what you're here to do. I want you to stop letting other people's opinions dictate how you live your life. I want you to stop letting fear and doubt talk you out of taking action. And I want you to start operating from a place of power. I want you to start making decisions like the person you are becoming. I want you to start treating your goals, your success, your future, like it's non-negotiable, because at the end of the day, that's what it takes. A level of commitment that is so strong, so unshakable, that nothing can knock you off track. And when you operate from that place, when you step into that power, everything in your life begins to shift. You start to move differently. You start to think differently. You start to see opportunities instead of obstacles. And suddenly, the things that used to seem impossible become your new reality. But it all starts with you. You taking control. You deciding that from this moment forward, you are no longer going to let anything outside of you dictate your future. You are the creator. You are the driver. You are in charge. And because of that, nothing can stop you. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop holding yourself back. It's time to rise up. It's time to take back control. It's time to become the person you were meant to be. And the best part, the moment you fully commit to that, your entire life changes. Now go make it happen.